What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and today we're starting a new Minecraft world. Let's get started. What's up guys, I am so excited to start this new world. I said I was going to take a little bit of time off, but man, I couldn't wait. I am really excited to get started with the new world, with the new Minecraft updates, the new block types, the new items, the new mobs, all that stuff. I did spend a little bit of time after wrapping up the last series, just kind of playing around in a new world, to do some exploring, to do a little bit of creative building, see what I wanted to do with the new block types and the new environment and everything. And I've got a couple of really good ideas that I'm excited about, and so I don't want to wait. I just want to go ahead and jump right into it. So we are going to be starting a new world. It will be a survival world like last time. I am going to be playing on normal difficulty. At some point, I am probably going to go ahead and switch to hard. Not necessarily for the added difficulty, but just because it changes some of the game rules, specifically with villagers and zombies, that it actually makes the game a little bit easier, in my opinion. So, but for now, I'm just going to start on hard, on normal, because I'm a casual player. I play Minecraft for the fun of it, not for the challenge. So yeah, I play on normal. We're not going to do any sort of seed that we looked up or anything. We're going to go with what the game gives us. And I am going to turn show coordinates on so that you can see my coordinates. So if you want to play along, you can kind of go to the same places and do the same things I'm doing. So I will reveal the world seed once I get in and actually have a world seed. But until then, it's going to be completely randomly generated. And we will call this Let's Play Season 2! Exclamation mark. Because it's exciting. Yeah. Alright, you ready? Alright, let's do this. Oh, it's always so exciting to see what kind of new world the game gives you. And so here we are, brand new Minecraft world. Nothing so far that's like, ugh. Actually, this is a really good spot. Actually, this is a lot like this is a lot like my last world. Look at this. Starting on this little peninsula surrounded by water with some mountains in the distance. Apparently, this is what Minecraft likes to give me. Oh, I gotta mark my world spawn. I don't remember exactly where it was, but yeah, we'll say it was right here. So yeah, like I said in my last season, I always like to just mark where you kind of start out in the game because I'm not necessarily going to settle right here. I did in my last season, I settled where the game started me, but I don't think I will in this one. And so it's just kind of nice to come back and know that this is where it all started. So when you've got a dragon head hanging on your wall and you're running around in full netherite armor and you've got multiple bases with all these automatic farms going, to just come back and be like, yeah, this is where it all started. By the way, check this out. Brand new skin. I love this thing. I am so excited about this new skin. In the first season, I was just using some free skin that I found in the marketplace that had absolutely nothing to do with me personally. I just thought it looked cool. But this one actually had someone make this skin for me. I gave them some input on what kind of style I wear and what I like to how I like to look, and he made this, and it is perfect. I love this skin. I'm so excited about it. Okay, so we are off. So day one basics. First thing you need to do in Minecraft. There's three main priorities: food, shelter, and bed. And I see two of those things sitting right over here eating grass. So for a bed, you are going to need sheep, and we've got two sheep right here. I like to go ahead and kill the sheep early on. I don't have shears to shear them with. I'm not going to spend time going around and doing some caving just to get shears to shear the sheep. So yeah, we'll kill the sheep, we'll get some wool, and we also get a little bit of meat that we can later cook up and eat, so that'll take care of our food. Now as for shelter, I'm actually going to put that one off because for the first couple nights, honestly, we can just, as soon as the sun goes down, we can just put our bed down, sleep, get through the night, and not have to deal with any bad mobs. And so we don't really need a house or a cave or something to hide in. We can just sleep the night away. So I'm going to put shelter off because I want to wait to settle down until I find a good spot. And in this world, what a good spot looks like is wherever there's an amethyst geode. Oh, hello. No, I don't have a weapon. I don't have anything. I'm not going to go down there yet. So yeah, I want to find an amethyst geode. I want to find one right off the bat because there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do with the amethyst. It looks really good. The amethyst blocks look good. The amethyst shards you can use to actually craft amethyst blocks. So it's basically a renewable, unending resource. But the amethyst shards, they grow really slowly. And so I kind of want to build my base near an amethyst geode so that the amethyst shards will just constantly be growing. And I'll have an endless supply of this stuff because I think it looks beautiful. Honestly, the amethyst is my favorite new block type in the 1.17 update. Maybe deep slate. Like, it's a really close tie between amethyst and deep slate because deep slate looks so good and there's so many different things that you can do with it. But yeah, I mean, you can find deep slate pretty much anywhere below like Y16, and so it's not that rare. Amethyst, on the other hand, is kind of rare. So, all that to say, I want to find an amethyst geode, and that's pretty much where I'm going to end up building my base. As long as it's in a good spot. Like, if it's at the bottom of a deep ocean, I'm probably not going to build a base there. Okay, and with that, we've got our 3 wool. We've got enough meat to get us through a couple of days. And I just realized I haven't gotten a single block of wood. I've been running around killing things with my bare hands. I haven't even cut down a tree. That's like Minecraft 101, cut down a tree. Okay, there is 1 tree chopped down. This should be enough wood to just get us started if I can actually do the right thing with it instead of placing it back down. So we'll go ahead and make a crafting table, and we'll craft up our very first wooden tool, which will of course be a wooden pickaxe. There's really no point in making any other wooden tools besides a wooden pickaxe, because you're going to find stone right away and immediately upgrade your tools from wood to stone. And so you just need a wooden pickaxe until you find some stone, and then just go ahead and make all of your stone tools. So I think I saw a little, yeah, there's like a little cave entrance over here. This is, oh, look at this. Yes, this is nice. Yeah, before I jump down there, I'm going to get a little bit more wood because this could dead end like right down there, or it could go back pretty far. And so I'll go ahead and get my stone up here. I'll craft up my tools. I'll get a little bit more wood, and then I'm just going to jump straight into caving because, like I said, need to find an amethyst geode. And they're kind of rare, but not really. What I mean by that is, let me show you this website. There's a website called chunkbase.com. You can go to this website, you can put in any game seed, and it will show you all kinds of stuff. It'll show you the locations of biomes, of woodland mansions, of sunken ships, of pretty much anything that you might want. Villages, and now with 1.17, it will show you the location of amethyst geodes. Now, this is not my game seed that I'm showing you. This, I'm just showing you for example. If we look at the location of amethyst geodes, they're kind of all over the place. And so in that sense, they're not rare. But most of these amethyst geodes are just going to be buried underground. You won't ever find them unless you just happen to dig straight down into them. And so for that reason, they are kind of rare, because the ones that you can actually find just by kind of looking for them, by mining, by caving, those are a lot harder to find. So that's why I wanted to just jump straight in with caving, because that's really going to be how we're going to find our first amethyst geode, unless we find one on the bottom of the ocean. If you just want an amethyst geode and you don't really care where it is, then just start swimming around or sailing around the ocean, because they can generate on the bottom of the ocean floor and they'll be sticking up a little bit. But that's not really what I'm looking for. So all that to say, I'm just going to jump straight into caving today, because that's going to be our best chance of finding an amethyst geode in a location that I might actually consider building a base. So I'm going to go ahead and get lots of wood to bring down there with me, so I'm going to be starting out with stone tools. I should be able to find iron pretty quickly, in which case I can upgrade to iron tools right away. But even then, my tools are going to be breaking. I'm going to need to build some chests. I'm going to need to make a bed, and I don't want to have to come back up for all that stuff. So I'm just going to bring a lot of wool with me down into the cave system, and we're just going to get started caving. Okay, so here's that really nice cave entrance that I found. Definitely going to get this coal. And we can use this to kind of stair step down. Look at that, there's some iron right there. I got really lucky with my world seed for the first season. Like, everything I needed was really close to my base. The cave that I found pretty early on, it was just completely stacked with coal and iron, lots of really good resources in there. So hopefully I've got another good world seed here to work with. I've had some world seeds where like every cave you run across is just a dead end. They don't go anywhere. You're just surrounded by grasslands early on, so there's not a whole lot of variety to stuff. And so so far this one's looking like it's going to be pretty good. And yes, I see my hunger is going down. I'm not too worried about it right now because all I'm doing is just mining stuff. So, whoa, no! Okay. Welcome to Minecraft. Okay, and with that, I think we will go ahead and start cooking up some of this food. And while that food's cooking up, I'm going to go ahead and make some torches and just light up the area immediately around me to prevent any other spawns from spawning and sneaking up on me while I'm working over here. Because there's a little bit of iron over here that I'm going to mine out. It's getting dark outside. Don't want another creeper sneaking up on me. I think I'm also going to go ahead and build a chest because my inventory is already filling up. And, you know, yeah, I'm just going to leave this stuff here. And this will kind of be my initial little home. So let me dig out a little spot. I'll put a bed down here. And this will just be where we camp until we find a more permanent location. Alright, back to mining out my iron, and check this out. This is honestly one of my favorite new updates with the 1.17 update, is when you mine iron and gold now, you don't get blocks of iron and blocks of gold. You get this raw iron and raw gold, and this stuff can be smelted up just like the blocks of iron and blocks of gold could in the past. But it's a new item, it's got a new texture, and what's really, really cool about this is now fortuneable. That means if you come mining with a pickaxe that has fortune 2 or fortune 3, you're going to get even more iron and more gold. That is really exciting, because until you get an iron farm, you just kind of never have enough iron in the game. It doesn't matter how many stacks you mine up. Iron is a very valuable resource. You use it to make hoppers, use it to make cauldrons, just armor. Is going to be the best tools that you can make until you get tons of diamonds. And so having lots and lots of iron is really going to help you out in this game. And now that you can fortune iron, oh, that's just incredible. One of the other new blocks that I've just been running back and forth past is, I guess not blocks, items, is this glow lichen. So glow lichen now spawns in caves. It can spawn on any side of a block. It's just kind of here and there, and it emits a light level of 7. And so it's not going to really light up caves and prevent mobs from spawning, but it is just a little natural light source that appears here or there. It looks nice, but as I have found, it can also be very confusing because, you know, I light up my caves as I play. You know, I'll be running through and I'll just be dropping torches, and hello. As I hit a dead end like I just did and start going back, you know, I can see there's some light around the corner. I know I've been there before. But now with the glow lichen, I'll be going down a cave and I'll see some light around the corner and think, I don't remember coming down here. And then I'll turn a corner and there'll be some glow lichen. And I'll realize, oh, I haven't been down here before. There's just glow lichen lighting up the cave. And here we have another brand new block in Minecraft 1.17, the copper ore. So copper is really cool because you can smelt this stuff up into copper ingots and then combine 9 copper ingots into a block of copper. And then you can actually cut the copper either in a crafting table or on a stone cutter to get slabs and stairs and walls and maybe not walls, I think just slabs and stairs. But you can also make lightning rods from it, and the copper blocks will slowly decay and they'll turn green like copper does. And so it's a really cool new building block that we're definitely going to use in some builds around our base. Copper is also fortuneable, and so if you use a fortune pickaxe, you will get more copper ore. But even without fortune, copper blocks, they drop more copper ore than the other types of ore blocks. And so, you know, the coal that I'm mining, the iron, each of those only dropped 1. They'll only drop 1 unless you have a fortune pickaxe. Copper, on the other hand, will drop 2 to 3 raw copper. each time you mine it. And if you have a fortune pickaxe, then you can get as much as 12 copper ore from mining 1 block of copper. Which is really good because in order to really use copper for building, you have to combine 9 copper ingots to make a copper block. So you're going to need a lot of the stuff. And so it's really good that the game gives you a lot of raw copper when you mine a copper block. And it's very, very common. We're going to see this as we go caving. We're going to run across almost as much copper as we run across coal. So the fact that it takes a lot of copper to really make anything out of it isn't really that bad because we're just going to find so much copper in this world. And unfortunately, that was kind of the bottom of this little cave. So now I need to dig my way out, and we'll go see if we can find another cave somewhere. Oh, here's another little cave entrance, and I can see some iron down there. This is pretty close to our world spawn, so I'm going to go ahead and jump down there and see if there's anything good down here. And looks like this one, okay, so it doesn't dead end, but it does just come right back up to the surface. And I don't think this one goes anywhere. I think, yeah, this one also just dead ends. So unfortunately, we are finding a lot of just either dead end caves or like the caves that just kind of come down a few blocks and then go right back up. So these aren't very exciting caves, but they do contain a little bit of iron here or there, which is really all we need to get started. This iron is really going to help us when we do find a really good cave system, since we'll be able to make some iron tools or some iron armor, since we're going to run into some bad mobs down there. So my stone pickaxe just broke, which means it is time to upgrade to an iron pickaxe, since we now have enough iron to do that. And I guess while I'm here, I'll go ahead and make I'll make some iron, I guess some iron leggings. I don't have enough iron to make a full set of iron armor, and I did pick up an enchanted leather cap. Oh, projectile protection. That should protect us from like 2 or 3 arrows from a skeleton. So whatever protection we can get for now is going to be helpful. I guess I could also have saved that iron to make a new pickaxe when this one inevitably breaks. So you know what I'm going to do, or rather what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to mine any copper that I've run across right now. I realize I already have 47 raw copper in my inventory, but the reason for that is because this stuff is not rare. You're going to find it all over the place. I've already found 3 or 4 pretty good veins of copper, and it's going to clutter up my inventory. Because I don't have a base yet, since I don't have anywhere to put my stuff, I'm just going to have to carry everything I pick up with me. And I don't want to clutter up my inventory with copper, especially since I'm not really planning on using it right away. So I'm just going to pass up the copper ore that I find. I can come back later when I'm ready to start using copper. Hopefully I'll have a fortune pickaxe by then, and I'll just get tons and tons of copper, and then we can start smelting it up and using it. But iron we need right away, coal we need right away, so I'm just going to grab all the stuff that I can find. Oh no, I left my bed. I left my bed back in that cave. I don't have enough wool to make another bed, and it's nighttime. How could I leave my bed back here? I took everything else and not my bed. Okay, we could not find any really good cave systems over here. Everything's very shallow. It only goes down a little ways and then either dead ends or just comes back up to the surface. So I think it is time to venture out and go exploring a little bit more, which is good because honestly, I think I would have been a little disappointed if we had just settled down and made a base right here at the world spawn again. I want to go explore. I want to explore. So I'm going to make a boat, and we will set out to sea and see what's out there. So while I'm out here looking around, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find any amethyst geodes on the floor. Now, I guess this isn't really an ocean, but there could still be some amethyst geodes that are poking up. So what we are looking for, every amethyst geode is going to be surrounded by calcite, which is a new block type, a new rock type. And then the calcite is going to be surrounded by smooth basalt, which is also technically a new type of block, but you can also make it by just throwing basalt into a furnace, and looks almost exactly like basalt. And so I hesitate to call it a new block, even though it is. It's really just a smooth version of basalt. And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for some basalt sticking out of the ground. It'll look different than all the rock and gravel and everything around it. Ooh, there's some dripstone. depending on how much of it is exposed, I guess you could also see some of the calcite as well. There's a lot of squid around here. A couple of drown, but I'm not seeing any amethyst geodes just yet. It's kind of hard to see from the surface. That's why I keep jumping on my boat and just hopping under the water, taking a look around. And there is a chance that, there's a lot of caves under the water here, and there's a chance that maybe there's an amethyst geode under there. But since we don't have respiration or water breathing potions or anything yet, I'm not even going to try going and exploring an underwater cave right now. So, oh, okay, here we go, look, here we go. Okay, let me grab my boat. I think I just found an amethyst geode underwater. So yeah, you can see this right here. So this is the smooth basalt on the outside. The white stuff is the calcite, and oh good, it's open. And there is the amethyst inside of this thing. And so listen to that. Listen to that. As you walk around, oh, it's beautiful. I love the sound that amethyst makes. So we are inside our very first amethyst geode of this world. And this is not a bad location. It is unfortunate that it's underwater, but it's kind of close to the surface. It's kind of close to land. This is not somewhere that I would build a base. It's just a tiny little island of rock. I mean, the floating island is kind of cool, but yeah, I'm not going to build a base here. But there's some land over there, and it looks, I don't know if that's mountain or not. And there's some snow kind of in the distance there. So we could possibly build a base up there, and that would be close enough to this amethyst geode. So I'm going to put this down as a possibility. This one is a possibility that we could start farming this thing. Some of this amethyst is ready to harvest. I'm going to go ahead and take this one. That one's big enough to harvest. This one's not quite. There's 4 stages of the amethyst crystals. This is kind of stage 1. That's stage 2 right there. You can see it's a little bit bigger than this one. So that's stage 1, stage 2. This is stage 3, and then the one that I just broke was stage 4. If you try to break it at any of the stages before stage 4, it's just going to be gone. You're not going to get anything. But if you break the stage 4 one with a pickaxe, you will get 4 amethyst shards every time. If you break it with anything other than a pickaxe, you will still get 2 amethyst shards, but you just won't get as much. Now notice that some of these amethyst blocks look like they have a little X through them. These are the, I think it's called budding amethyst blocks. This is what the amethyst shards will actually grow out of. So all these other blocks, they're just kind of here for decoration. They don't do anything. Nothing's ever going to grow out of them. We can take these. There are amethyst shards. But the ones with the X through them, that's what the amethyst is actually going to bud out of or grow out of. And you don't want to break these. You can't collect them. You can't move them. Even with Silk Touch, if you break it, it's just gone forever. So don't break the budding amethyst blocks, but the other ones you can break. You can do stuff with those. So I'm going to leave this here and go looking for another amethyst geode somewhere that is a little bit better location for a base. If we can't find anything, I may come back to this one, but I'm going to hold out hope for something a little bit better. Oh, there's a spruce for you. You know how much I love spruce. I love me some spruce. It looks really good. The giant spruce trees are very easy to grow, and so it's just a really good source of wood. Let's see where this river goes. As good as spruce wood looks to build with, and as easy as it is to get, I actually kind of like oak trees a little bit better for decoration. And so, yeah, if I had to pick between the two to actually build a base, I would go with the oak. I guess it's the plains biome that has the oak trees. What is this? Is there another little cave over here? Oh boy, that looks like it goes down pretty far. So before I jump down there, I'm going to smelt up a little bit more iron and make a bucket. I should have done this the first time. I love buckets, and I want a bucket so that I can make a little kind of water elevator to get back out of that cave, because this is just like a straight down mine shaft, and it's going to be hard. I don't want to build stairs down there and dig my way out or anything. Now, for the sake of time and keeping these videos kind of short and interesting, I think at this point I'm going to start being a little bit more liberal with my editing and just cutting out some of the exploration that doesn't really go anywhere, so that you don't see me wandering around some random caves for an hour. Oh, sweet. So I'm going to cut back in here. I just said I'm going to sort of edit out most of the caving now so that I don't bore you with a bunch of just boring caving episodes. But I did find a really good little source of dripstone here, and I am definitely going to take all this. So there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with dripstone, the pointed dripstone, and so it's kind of rare given the current world generation. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of rare. Like, this is the first dripstone that I've run across in a cave. I did find some earlier under the water, but I'm going to go ahead and take all of this because the pointed dripstone especially is kind of rare, and you need some of it to make more of it. So you can actually grow more pointed dripstone, but it grows so slowly, and so having a lot to start with is just going to really speed things up.
Much later.
So I'm going to cut back in with another really good find. So I've dug down far enough. You can see I'm at Y12 now. I've started to run into some deep slate. Deep slate is absolutely beautiful. Great new block added in 1.17. When you break this stuff, if you don't have silk touch, you're just going to get cobbled deep slate. And honestly, I can't tell the difference between the two. I mean, let me put some of this stuff down next to the deep slate. I mean, am I missing something? Because they look almost the exact same. I can't tell the difference. You can smelt the deep slate, the cobbled deep slate, to get regular deep slate again, or you can silk touch it. But I mean, yeah, I think the cobbled stuff looks just as good as the regular stuff. But more importantly, the reason I cut back in here is because any ore that generates down here where the deep slate is, you're going to get a deep slate version of the ore. And so you can see right now I'm mining coal out of deep slate. And I think that looks really cool. I think it's another just sort of unimportant but nifty little feature of the game. And I don't have I don't have enough iron to make another pickaxe. I left all my iron smelting up on the surface. I'm going to go back to wood. Yeah, it's another nice little cosmetic change that doesn't really make a difference, but looks really cool in my opinion. Also, the cobbled deep slate, check this out. It can basically be used for anything that cobblestone can be used for. So you can use it to make furnaces, to make stone tools. You know, what they should have done with the black stone when they added in the 1.16 update. Yeah, the deep slate can be used for anything that regular cobblestone can be used for. So that's really cool.
1 hour later.
It's an axolotl. Guys, we found an axolotl. I don't remember if you have to scoop them up with a bucket of water or just a regular bucket. Yeah, got me an axolotl. Oh, that's awesome. I love the axolotl. Axolotls are amazing new mobs in the game. They do spawn underground in the dark, and so they're kind of hard to find. And once you scoop it up in a bucket, like, that's it. It's not going to despawn. I mean, it could die, but you don't have to worry about it despawning. So you don't have to like name it or anything like that. You just have to scoop it up in a bucket. And so we're going to carry this guy with us, and hopefully at some point in the future make a little axolotl farm and start growing these guys.
2,000 years later.
Look at that. Look at that right there. I think that is an amethyst geode. Let's see. Let's get rid of this lava. I'm going to be honest. I have a hard time identifying basalt. It kind of looks like some of the other new blocks, but I think this is basalt. It's got the right shape. And yes, that is calcite, and that is amethyst. So we found an amethyst geode in this cave, and I want to get into this thing. I need to light it up, make sure I'm not breaking any of the budding amethyst blocks. And okay, there we go. There's usually one side of the geode that's open, and I come out into the side that was open. I'm like, what is going on here? Okay, so here's the amethyst geode. This is a pretty good size one. I've seen some that are pretty small, but this one's a good size. Yeah, I think this will work, guys. I think this will work. So my coordinates are, let me see, the middle of this thing is -27,293. Now we just need to get back up to the surface and see what's right above this. So this is at the bottom of a pretty extensive cave system, and I don't know that I want to try to find my way back out. I didn't even come this way. I came from the other side. So I think I'm just going to kind of stair step up and see what's directly above this thing. So yeah, the amethyst geodes, they are, like I said, they're not rare. They're just kind of hard to find because most of them are going to be buried completely underground where you're not digging. They're not going to be part of a cave system like this one that I found is part of. They're just going to be on their own somewhere. And so they're a little bit difficult to find, but all I did, I just kept looking for good extensive cave systems and just exploring the caves. I eventually got to the point where I even just started passing up on coal and iron and stuff because I was looking for an amethyst geode. So if you really want to find some amethyst right off the bat, and obviously the easiest way, like we did at the very beginning, was to just explore the bottom of the ocean. I didn't want one that was on the bottom of the ocean. Like that would have been a fine last resort, but the other option is to just find some caves, go exploring, extensively search all of the caves, and they could be pretty close to the surface. They could be all the way down at like Y12, Y15. There's no telling where you're going to find an amethyst geode. So just do a lot of exploring, a lot of digging, and just keep looking. All right, so we have come up to the surface, and yeah, look at this. I mean, this is not a bad spot. I think this would be a really good place to start a base. This should be pretty close to where I started. Yeah, there's my chest and my bed. So this is where I found the cave system where I started exploring, and that is just about directly above the amethyst geode that we found. So I think this is where I'm going to build my base. It's a nice open field. I mean, obviously we're going to have to do a little bit of terraforming, fill some of this stuff in, but I like this spot. I like the location. It's close to some trees. It's close to some flowers, close to some mountains. We got spruce, we got oak, we got birch. Yeah, I'm calling it. This is where we're going to build our new base. And that is going to wrap it up for today, guys. I've got my nice little starter hill going over here. We've got some, I've got tons of iron and copper smelting up over there. Between episodes, I am going to do a little bit of just resource gathering. We've got a literal gold mine right below our feet. I passed up so much coal and iron and gold and other resources, so I'm going to go dig up some more of those. I'm going to go start chopping down some trees, get lots of wood for all the new projects we're going to be working on. I am so excited. I've already got the next 4 or 5 episodes planned out, and I am really looking forward to this new series, and I hope you are too. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, please hit that like button and feel free to subscribe while you're down there so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all and have a great day.